Welcome. I want to thank you all for joining us tonight at our Team All In weekly presentation when it comes to the business. My name is Nada St. Germain. I know most of you guys, so I won't give you my story or my spiel, but what I'm going to do tonight is I wanted to go over just some of the basics and the fundamentals of building a Neolife business. Now, we are having our retreat in May. And Ursula, I'm going to try to see if we can zoom you in on that one, because I know that's not possible for you to fly in for that Saturday session. We're going to be covering or going in deeper in some of these categories that I'm going to be focusing on this evening. But because we have quite a few new promoters joining our business, I thought it'd be important to review just some of the basics to get a better understanding on how to get started and how to learn, how to grow, and what you need to do, okay, to really be the best that you can be in building your Neolife business. The first thing, and I learned this early on, is using the products. I mean, you got to use some of the products, right? And it was interesting because as I started to use the products that I felt I needed, I just started to think, well, you know what, if I'm going to share the cleaners and the skincare and some of the other products, I need to experience them myself. And, you know, I have to say that 33 years ago, green products weren't really popular. It was kind of the yuppie kind of thing. And Neolife had these amazing cleaners, one of the first companies to go green, right, in 1958. And I had a hard time getting excited about cleaning products. But boy, oh boy, when I started using them and understanding the power of clean, non-toxic, safe for your environment, especially now, so many people are looking for environmental cleaning products. But what's really nice about our products is they're very economical. They save you money, and you're going to learn that on Thursday. I'm going to actually do a lot of price points and do a lot of comparisons on different cleaning products compared to the cleaning products that Neolife has to offer. So that'll be a really cool presentation for you guys to zoom in on Thursday. Now, the shampoo and conditioner we sell, and you know, it's funny, I remember Josh, a dear friend of ours, used to say, you know, why would you go spend money on buying from somebody else's store when you have your own store and you get paid on the products that you're using? So I thought, yeah, you know what, you're right. So I started using the Neolife shampoo, you know, and the skincare. Oh my gosh, the skincare, once you start to use it, it's so amazing. So yeah, so these are the things that just help you understand the products, especially the laundry compound. Oh my gosh, I think it lasts you anywhere from 6 to 8 months, depends on how many people are in your family. And again, it saves you money, very concentrated. Same with our cleaning products. We don't sell you the water. So they last a long, long time. So we basically say Neolife eyes your home. And again, it takes time. You know, you might want to use up some of the stuff that you have. But I remember some of my customers were saying, I'm not using those toxic cleaners anymore. I'm ditching them. And they would replace them because they ended up saving money and it was safe for their home and for their environment. So it's totally up to you. I'm not telling you to ditch them. It's your call if you decide to. But they work. The Neolife products work. And again, it's easier to talk about them if you're using them. Okay. I remember we had a very interesting situation. I mean, somebody wanted to join our business and all he cared about was making money. And when I sat down with him to explain the business, he said, no, I'm not going to use the products. I just want to sell them. And in my heart, I thought, wow, there's no way this man is going to be successful selling these products, because these products come from heart, come from personal experience, right? Your journey, your own personal journey, and also your family, right? When you're like my mom, when she started to get results on the products, it was so easy for me to share because I saw the results in her health turning around. I started feeling better. You know, people were commenting on my skin, on my eyes, not being this dark circles and not looking tired anymore. It was so much easier to share. So I have to say that he did not last very long in our business, and you probably already figured that out. So you definitely need to use the products, experience the products, and it's so much easier to share to build an incredible business. So you do need to start with a list of names. I remember when my upline told me, start with 100, I thought, 100? Oh my gosh, how am I going to come up with 100 names? And then he said to me, how long did it take you to get your list for your wedding? How many people did you have at your wedding? And I said, we had 350 people. He goes, well, there you go. You can definitely gather 100 people on your list of names. And it was interesting because I would do it in categories. You know, people that I worked with, people from high school, right? My neighbors, my coworkers. So there's different categories. And once you start creating your list, you'll have a warm list of people that you know. And then you'll expand your list. So for example, after a few years, most of my family started using the products. Most of my friends started using the products, my coworkers, right? And I was still meeting new people here and there, but your list will expand and you're constantly adding people. It's kind of like your bank account. You keep adding people to your bank account. And, and then eventually when I was in the business for many, many years, I thought I had to get creative and find a way to meet more people to introduce these amazing products to and the income opportunity. And that's when, I joined a gym, I joined a yoga club. I started volunteering, and then when my kids were born, I was involved in their, play groups and church groups, and I even volunteered at our youth group. I was at a youth ministry, and I just started connecting with like-minded people and just sharing. So, and then when my kids got older, I was, manager of their football team, and I was going to all their baseball or basketball games and football games. And so it was really easy to keep adding people. So you got to get creative. Once you've exhausted the people that you know, you just got to keep adding people to that list. Okay. And even at bank is a good one. And people say, what do you mean at the bank? Well, when you're lining up, going to the bank, making your deposits, right? If people have paid you by check or cash. I know it's a lot harder now, so we don't go into the bank as often. But I remember when I used to get my Neolife checks and they were physical hard checks, I used to go to the office and deposit them. Great opportunity to talk to the bank teller, right? So anyways, that was one way that I did have conversation with some of the people at the bank. So sharing the products, talk to people, tell your story. Why do you take the products? I used to share with people. I was tired. I was stressed. With shift work, I had a hard time with a good quality breakfast. I was never hungry in the morning because of my shifts. You have to get your own personal story. But one thing that I learned the hard way is sometimes I wouldn't give them an opportunity to talk because I was so excited and I wanted to tell them everything about Tran-En. I wanted to tell them everything about these amazing products. So you have to literally step back and listen. Find out their needs, find out where they're coming from. Are they having health challenges? How's their family? Do they have children? So make sure you ask enough questions. So as you share the products, you can share how the products will benefit them. Okay, so make sure that you take the time to ask enough questions to get to know them as well and listen to their needs. Really important. You have to become a very good listener. Okay. And eventually it'll be easy to talk about Tran-En and the cellular nutrition story and how the cell works and how the grain oils are. And that comes eventually. And I'm not going to say you should sit down with them and show them that right away. But if you're sitting down with somebody over coffee and they say, well, can you tell me more about, why you have all this energy and you want to share the Tran-En story? Well, use the product catalog. The product catalog that you get in your kit, I use that a lot. I mean, some of you have seen my presentation, my PowerPoint, where, I have this elaborate PowerPoint. I talk about all the products and, how the cells work. But I don't always use that presentation. If I'm meeting somebody in a coffee shop, or at work on their lunch hour, I'll use the product catalog and you can just point and talk and share the Tran-En story, share the breakfast solution while looking at the product catalog. So you do not have to become an expert in doing presentations. That will come. I could not do these presentations 33 years ago. Okay. It came with time and it came with practice. So use the tools that we have and share your business. Now I'm going to share that this was very uncomfortable for me. 33 years ago, I was not comfortable talking about the business. I was more comfortable talking about the products. It was easy. I could share that. I didn't feel like I was a pushy person. But when it came to the business, I had a little bit of fear. But then I thought, why? Why am I so afraid? I think it's because some of the experience I had with other direct selling companies. And also I was afraid of how other people would react. But when I started to change my mindset and got excited about the income opportunity, it was amazing how many people were open to learning about the business. And that's when I got more comfortable. My sisters are both involved in the business, my aunt, my mom, my coworkers. It was neat how all of a sudden people around me is like, oh yeah, I want to do that too, Nada. And sometimes they would say, well, I don't want to build a big business, but for tax savings or an extra $500 to $1,000 a month would be great. Right. So it really depends. So tell your story. Why are you building the business? I would always share how, I'm doing this for the tax savings. And then as my business grew, I knew I wanted to retire earlier, leave my police career and have time freedom and work from home and start a family. So my story changed as my business grew. And the same will happen for you, right? You might first start building this business because you just want to, a little side gig, maybe make a little money and maybe get your products for free, right? Or some of you are thinking six-figure income, right? Saving money for your retirement, having something for your retirement, having something to pass down to your kids generation to generation. We have people in this industry, in Neolife, that I know personally that are third generation, where the business has been passed down from their grandparents to the parents and now to their children. Oh, and Bob Beerson to their grandkids. So 4 generations. So it's amazing how it's an asset. This business is an asset and you can pass it down to generation. Okay, so that's kind of cool. And let them know that, you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. We are here to help you and support you every step of the way. We work together as a team. We're a great family unit. You're never alone, and there's always somebody there to help you. Okay, and you'll find that when you start getting more involved with our incredible team. And you need to develop your skills and your confidence by learning more, you be more. One thing that's really important, and when I started my Neolife business, I never missed a convention, and we call it now an Impact Summit. And they were always somewhere abroad. And, it is you have to make a plan, you have to travel, but we always travel in teams and we share rooms to save cost. But boy, oh boy, when I went to my first convention and I met Dr. Arthur First and all the incredible people from all over North America that have been using the product since 1958, I was in awe. And then when I continued to go to all these conventions time and time again, the people that have been around for 40 and 50 years, 65 years. It's pretty cool when you start to meet people in this industry that have been in this industry for that long or with Neolife. Attend meetings. That is something that I made a goal initially, and I committed to that because I knew that if I wanted to leave my police career and if I wanted to generate the kind of income that I want to generate, that I had to learn more. So I attended all the meetings, as many as I could, wherever they were. They weren't online. They weren't on Zoom. I was driving far and abroad to get to these meetings. Now it's so much easier, right, to gather over Zoom. But we do have some in-person events that I would highly recommend if you're local. For example, we're having our big retreat in May where Stephen Whitwell is coming in. I spoke with him today. He's so excited about what we're going to do at that 3-day session. And it's going to be so fun. And even if he can just make it to part of it, that's okay. I understand some people are working and they're busy, but if you can commit to part of it, I promise you'll be very grateful that you attended this session. Conference calls. We have every Monday at noon, our time. We have a 30-minute leadership call, and it's done by Stephen and Ashley. And the tips and the training that you're going to get, it is done over, there's a Facebook group that joins us. You can send messages and listen live. It's part of our Business Builder group, Facebook group. And guess what? If you can't get on live, you can go back and watch it again later. They're all there, they're recorded, and you can go back and listen. Okay. So the conference calls are really, really important. And practice, just talk to people, stay positive, surround yourself with positive people. And, you know, I learned this early in my career because I was working in a very negative environment. I really understood the importance of keeping the negativity and those negative vibrations out of my head and kind of at a distance, okay? Because not everybody's going to come on board. And sometimes they're your family, okay? So you really need to just surround yourself with people that want to be a part of what you're doing, okay? Those are the people you're hanging around, okay? And communicating with and talking with, and just keep the neg bugs at a distance so it doesn't affect you and where you're going in your mission and your goals. So stay positive. Read motivational books. I actually do read a lot of inspirational or listen to a lot of talks and videos. And every morning I wake up to a YouTube inspirational little video. It's like a few minutes, and I play it while I'm brushing my teeth and getting ready. And you know, it's really cool. I've been doing that for many, many years. And my son, Luke, some of you know, is in the music industry. He was waking up every morning with a headset, and I thought he was listening to music. And one morning I asked him, I said, what are you listening to every morning? He goes, Mom, I'm listening to motivational stuff. Leave me alone. And I'm like, oh, so it's amazing how what you do, your kids will do, right? If they see what you're doing, especially when they see that you're accomplishing things in life, they want to be a part of that journey. It might be a little different, but to have that experience and have your kids, you know, follow that, I just felt amazing. I thought, wow, that's great, because there are a lot of negative people in his life. And that was one way that he kept that going and kept the positivity going in his life. Okay. One thing that's really hard to do is to get in front of the room and to tell your story. Okay. That was the hardest thing for me to do. I remember when I was at a meeting and my upline Al said to me, Nada, I want you to share your story and maybe share the Tran story on how that's impacted your health. And you know, I got to the front of the room and I could barely talk. I was nervous. I was sweating. And then he'd say, here, just read it. And I had to read it. Okay. So I know where you have to come from, and that's okay. But once you get in front and you do a little bit, it gets easier. It really, really does. Okay. And you'll get more confident and you'll be surprised at how you grow. Okay. So don't be afraid. So this is our flyer for our experience meeting that we're doing in May. This is for the Friday evening, and this is a guest event. I have been inviting people that are local. I've been talking to people. I'm like, you got to come and check it out. And guess what? I even did I paid for a radio advertisement. And they're going to do 2 radio ads for 2 weeks every day. They're only 30 seconds, but they wanted me to do my voice. I was so nervous today. They're like, come on, you do it, your voice. We don't want our broadcasters to do it. They want to hear it from you. Anyways, it's going to be advertised on the radio twice a day for 2 weeks, starting next week, to really promote this event. So highly recommend, if you're local, bring guests. We're going to set up different tables. We're going to do cleaner demo. We're going to do skincare demo. We're going to do smoothies and tray shots and aloe shots and upbeat shots. And so it'll be so much fun. And Ursula, if you want to fly in, you can fly in. You're more than welcome to come and join us. Or maybe one day we can make a trip out there and host an event for you.
That's an option.
Yes, it totally is. And because my aunt lives out there, and I know she's been bugging me to come out there. So we'll talk. So, you know, and I would highly recommend hosting one of these events in your home. And Frances, who is on this evening, has had amazing results and success at her last 3 in-homes. And Frances, I want to congratulate you for introducing your first new promoter. And Emmy is on, and I just want to welcome her. If you want to unmute yourself, hun, and I know you're like brand spanking baby new. This is your first time, other than the meeting that we did at Francis's. And I, having a young person join this industry and join this business, I look back and I think if young people only knew what they're getting into, the possibility. I didn't know. I was in my 20s as well, hun, and I just didn't really know. But boy, once you start to do this and the journey just starts to continue, you're going to look back and you're going to be so grateful. I promise. So if you want to just introduce yourself maybe and let everybody who you are, what you do, and how you know Francis.
Sure. So hi, everyone. My name is Emmy. I'm a university student. I met Francis with my mom, and we attended her last in-person event, and I decided to become a promoter. And I'm very excited to meet all of you and start this journey.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So, and I know, and I know Francis said to me, Francis, when Emmy signed up, you're like, oh, like, again, Francis is fairly new too, right? Very new to the industry and to our team. And I have to say that Francis is pretty excited to have you on board, Emmy. So I want to welcome you, and you're going to be, what's really, and I'm going to say this, because of young people like you, other people are going to look at this and go, oh, there's not just old people in this business, because there's not. When you come to convention and when you come to the Income Summit, it's incredible how many young people are involved in this business. Like, you don't see that here, but they're out there. So you're going to meet them, you're going to see them. And even when you go on some of the Facebook lives and some of the presentations that are online, and even when you go on to the Neolife Healthy Living community, a lot of young people sharing their stories and their journeys too. So thank you so much for joining us. So I'm going to open this up to any questions on anything that we've shared this evening in regards to getting started. I know, Joan, you might have some feedback. Joan is our registered nurse, took early retirement, and doing Neolife full time now. I know you've always got some amazing tips and points, and anything that you'd like to add, or anybody, Cindy, Heather, I know you guys have been around a long, long time. Any tips that you'd like to add in getting started and the importance?
Nada, we are a young group here.
Way to go, Joan.
It's because of Neolife, right? That we're younger than the norm.
You got it. Absolutely. And it's, what's really funny is I shared this story with you. One of my friends, Emmy, her name is Laura May, and she's been on the products for 10 years. And she went to see a Chinese herbalist, and he did her blood work, and he's been following her journey since she's been on the products. And he keeps saying to her, Learny, you're not aging on the inside. You're not aging on the inside. And that's the beauty of cellular nutrition and what the Neolife products can do. Okay, so yeah, you're definitely slow aging, and you'll feel better, look younger. When I was talking to somebody at yoga today, and she was in her 40s, and when I told her I was going to be 60 in a few years, she just looked at me and she goes, we look the same age. And I'm like, oh, thank you. I was like, so anyways, she's going to be joining us at 8:00 tonight on her health talk. She's like, oh, I know what you're doing. Anyway, so it really is fun. And that's when you see it as you're aging. You look at people that are around your age and you think, wow, yeah, I do feel better. I'm more active. I have more energy than I did when I was in my 20s and 30s. And even Heather, you're a perfect example. You're so active. I always say I want to be like you when I grow up.
Well, Nada is really interesting because when I was 45, that's when I was introduced to Neolife. And my wake up call was, if I'm feeling like this in my 40s, because I was not feeling good, what am I going to feel like in my 60s? And I turned 70 last year, and I feel better than I did in my 30s. And you're absolutely right, Nada. I mean, I ski and golf and play pickleball and snowshoe 5K races and, you know, and that's it. I love being healthy and energetic. But I have a little tip for Emmy. And Emmy, so I'm a librarian in my past career. And so I'm all about tools and resources. So and maybe it was mentioned at the very beginning, I was actually on another meeting call. But this resource, y'all have it, and you have it in your kit.
She hasn't got her kit yet.
I didn't get it yet. Soon.
She's just signed up. She'll get that in her kit.
That is like, I keep going back to that because it doesn't matter how many decades you've been in the business, we all still do everything that's in that book. And the other one is the Neolife Business Builders Facebook group. Rely on that. Go through that. Just start browsing it. Browse the videos.
Okay.
An excellent set of videos on there that Ashley and Whit have done. And you don't have to wait for your kid to go into those videos and start learning.
Thank you.
Thank you, Heather. Awesome. Any other tips or feedback or questions on the business and getting started? Unmute, Francis.
So I just wanted to say to Emmy that one of the things that you can do as people that you sell to start using the products and start seeing positive results is this is what I learned from Nada, is to get testimonials from them, right? Like she did that with Peter, and I send that out to a lot of people now. And my friend she's just loving the Trey and N, and my husband said to me, you need to go over there and get videotape her and get her story. She's only been on it for like 2 weeks, and she's already told me she wants to order another bottle. She loves it. So it's good to, like I learned from Nada, because she's always doing this. Oh, can you give me your story? Can I record you? And they're very useful, right?
Yeah.
These little recordings.
Yeah.
So you can do that with the people that you sell to, because they're going to get positive results. And that's a good thing to have, is these recordings of people's testimonials.
Absolutely.
Because they really give integrity to the products, right? When you watch these things.
Yeah. And Francis, I know you don't use the Neolife Healthy Living community yet. I'm going to show you how to use that tool, but that's another Facebook group. I know some people don't have Facebook. So what I tell people is you just have to create an account and you don't have to have a personal Facebook account. You just create one and you never have to use it. But at least then we can add you to the Neolife Healthy Living community. There's 10,000 members in that group with stories and testimonials from all over North America. And if let's say you want to learn more or have a testimonial on fibromyalgia, you just type fibromyalgia in the search and all the testimonials come up, and they're real life stories, which is beautiful. So that's another great tool that really helps to support the stories, but your own stories, hands down. But if you don't have one, let's say you meet somebody and they have a certain condition and we don't have a story yet, that's where you can find it in the Neolife Healthy Living community, or you reach out to us. We have a lot of handwritten ones from the past. Okay. Excellent. Yep. And when you were going to say something.
Well, I was going to say that we have some excellent directors, our VP of Field Development. We are the field they're developing. And our Director of Field Development, they're very, very helpful. You'll meet Stephen Whitwell if you're going to any of the May, the 4th, 5th, and 6th, because he is coming to Canada and to join us there and to do some teaching and some making friends, I think. Yeah. And Ashley, his director, is just amazing. She is very helpful. So right now I'm getting some coaching from her once a week. And she'll do that for you. It's just amazing. She's in Alabama. And she has a wonderful accent. I'm not sure her accent is Alabama. It could be. It's either that or Georgia.
She is, because she talks about, I think she's from Alabama. She loves Alabama.
Yes, she does.
Whatever
sport she's in it.
Yeah. And she's so cute. She's so cute.
She's so adorable.
And she's down to earth, and she's fun. Like she
just knows so much about the business because she's been working in different direct sale companies prior to us. prior to coming to us in an executive position. So it's, we're very blessed.
Yeah,
It's great.
very blessed. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Wen.
You're welcome.
Anybody else? This is an open book tonight.
I have a question.
Sure.
Can we post that ad you had in the slides on our social media?
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect.
You can post anything in your social media. Yeah. So are you talking about the like the one for the May 6th?
Yeah.
May 5th? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
And when you download the Team Neolife app on your phone, maybe we can do that, Emmy, even before you get it, because a lot of there's amazing social media stuff that you can use on there as well. There's images, yeah.
So I sign in with my regular,
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, your login and you download the app, the Team Neolife app. It's capital T, capital N, capital L. It's a wheat sheaf. And if you get that uploaded, and then you can start using those amazing tools and use those for your social media as well.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. All right. Well, if there isn't anything else, I know we've got a bunch of us have guests coming on. Joan, if Shelley's not on at 8, I'm not sure. Would you be able to share? Anybody else want to share? You're okay to share? Okay, excellent. Excellent. Thank you. I'm still waiting to hear from her because I know she just got a new computer. Yes, Wen?
Patience had a question as well.
Oh.
They put them in the chat when you were talking. So
Gotcha. I missed that. Patience.
wow.
Our question was, what's the radio channel?
Oh, it's in Orangeville. It's a 101 FM 101, I think it is. It's for the local town.
What is it? What's its actual name? Do you know? Or something you can find them online.
Oh, it's FM 101, I think it is. Like that's the radio station, FM 101. I'll double check. I think that's what it is. I'll have to check, Patience. I think that's what it is though. Are you coming, Patience?
Well, I'm not sure yet. Tonight we are starting or not starting a strike, so I don't know where this thing takes us.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Really hope you don't strike.
I really hope so.
And Nana, this is because I know Patience, you're long distance. Are we gonna be like live streaming this or whatever?
On Saturday. I think we should be able to on Saturday. Yeah.
Okay. So will we have
what about the Friday?
The Friday night? I mean, I would think that there'll be a Wi-Fi at the hotel. I don't know. Would it be worthwhile for you, Patience? Because Stephen's just doing your basic Discover More, like the presentation that he's doing tonight at 9.
Okay.
And then
I'm trying to get some friends there, and if they're not able to get there, give them an option. But if it's the Discover More, then maybe I'll just find a way of how to get them to
it's the same as what he's doing at 9 o'clock tonight, only it's going to be in person and they get to actually try the products, feel the products, experience the and the meeting people in person is good. And for a training on Saturday, because it's a business training, you can do it over Zoom and listen, right? But when you're actually doing an experience like Friday, I think it's more of an in-person experience.
I have some friends in Newmarket and Innisfil that I'm trying to get there.
Oh, Innisfil's not far.
That's not far.
That's less than an hour. It's near Cindy.
Yeah, it's closer than I am. I'm going to be about an hour and a bit from Orangeville, but Innisfil is probably almost 10 or 15 minutes, even less.
Okay.
So it's probably under an hour.
Under an hour, yeah.
Hopefully they'll make it there.
Yeah, because there's no traffic. They're coming right south. Like there's no rush hour, right? It'll be really.
They're just going to go right down the Highway 400 and then across 9 right into Orangeville. Actually, almost right into the hotel.
Yeah,
right there.
It brings you right in.
And
that'd be great, Patience, if you had some guests. We'll take care of your guests. You know that.
Will you be sending the Zoom link then for Saturday? Is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be wonderful.
I'll send a Zoom link for Saturday. Remind me, guys, when we're there setting up. Joan, remind me with Winston, tech guy, that I don't forget, because I know sometimes when you're setting up and stuff like that, I get a little, scattered a bit. So just guide me in that direction.
Write a list.
I'll write a list.
So
Checklist.
will you do the Zoom setup, like set the link up before the meeting or at the meeting?
Yeah.
Before.
Yeah. I'll
So it's
send
easy
it
to
out.
set up to people that are, long distance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Excellent. I'm really excited about May. After talking with Stephen today, I was like, oh, it's coming so fast. It'll be so fun. We'll have a great time. And I really, anyways, it'll be awesome. Really looking forward to seeing some of you. And Ursula will Zoom you in if you can't make it live. Be great to see you that way as well. I think, Patience, you were Zoomed in at the last one we did.
Yeah,
at
the last
Connect.
one I attended by Zoom.
Yeah. We missed you in person, but it was so nice it was just still nice to know you were there listening and you were a part of the event, right? So it's still nice.
I miss it more.
I know. I know, hun. I know.
Because
All
if you're
right.
there,
Well,
if you're able to attend physically, you're able to attract more people to come in.
yes. If you're there physically, your Innis people might just probably make more of an effort to come, right?
Yes, they will come.
Yeah. Well, just do your best and tell them there's free samples. You got to go check it. And we're giving a lot of prizes. Okay, we're going to be
Let them
giving
know.
away prizes. Yeah, and I'm going to talk to Whit. I'd like all the guests to walk away with something. And then wouldn't that be nice? Like just the guests that aren't members, aren't promoters, they come and they have a gift. So that's my goal for the Friday nights. I'm going to talk to him tomorrow and see what we can do from the company. Okay.
Mhm.
Are you doing any pre-registration or it's just open?
That's open. Friday night is open. Saturday I need commitment and e-transfers money because I have to let the cafe know how much food to prepare, and I need to know, like, for rooms and chair and setup. It's yeah, I want to make sure that we get a good turnout for Stephen on the Saturday. So if you guys, whoever has not e-transferred money, if you're planning on coming, if you can do that, and if you have people that might be coming, just let me know so I can write their names down, just so I have an idea, numbers. Okay, so because I would really like to know approximately how many people to expect on the Saturday, the chair set up and the room set up for Saturday.
So Nada,
Yeah.
if we have a guest coming for Thursday or Friday, they don't need to pay anything.
No, Thursday is a business event.
Oh, Thursday's business.
Friday
Okay.
night is your guest event.
Okay.
Yeah. Thursday Thursday night is oh, you know what? Thursday's a fireside chat. That's just getting to know who, if you want to bring a guest Thursday night to the house that we're renting and we're just sitting around chatting and they just want to kind of get a feel for what we do, Thursday night would be great.
Mhm.
Thursday night and Friday night. Friday night, though, is more of an experience presentation, sampling products, kind of like we did at your house, only in a more professional, like in a hotel environment.
Right. Okay.
Okay. But yeah, if you want to bring somebody Thursday night just to hang out with us and get to know who we are, it's more of a fun. It literally is. And it's funny because Whit said to me that the fireside chats are his best night because he gets to really know who we are.
Mhm.
Personalities, ask questions about our family and, what we want, how he can help us as a leader. Like the conversations are really nice. He says he loves the like having that at every retreat he's ever done. They always have a night where they just hang out and talk.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay.
And is Ashley going to be there too?
No, she's coming in September.
Oh,
So
okay.
Stephen's going to be here in the spring, and she's coming in the fall. Yeah.
Do we have a date yet for that?
Not yet.
Okay, I just hope it's not the fall fair. Any other events I can, yeah.
I know.
not-
I know. I have to. Did you already ask me that, Cindy?
I don't think so.
Because I can't remember now. September. Let me just see here. Yeah, no, I don't think she's given me a date yet. When is the fair?
Let me see, I'm not sure if I put it in here. I will confirm for you though.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
usually like, I think it's either the weekend of the 9th or the 16th, but I have a
Okay.
feeling it's
well,
the
let me,
I
can you
think
let
it's
me
gonna
know,
be the 16th.
let me know soon, because Ashley will say to me, hey, what works best for you guys? And it all depends on her schedule too, like if she has anything else booked. So if we can plan now, maybe I'll reach out to her and,
Okay.
and we can try to get that pinned for September. So this way you guys can even start planning and not booking anything around that time.
Okay, yeah, I'll go search it on the Facebook right now. Yeah.
And if anybody wants to go to Alabama, I'm driving with Cindy. We're going to go to the Wisdom Builder retreat. So even if we have to have 2 cars following each other or 2 vans or whatever, I can fit 4 comfortably. I think I could fit 8, but it's not comfortable. So 4 comfortably in my car. And then, yeah, if anybody else wants to drive, we can drive together. And it's amazing. Sunday, it is an early bird price right now. And I'm trying to think, how much was it? Marjorie sent me the retreat link, and I just thought I miss it. I've done the virtual, I've done in person, and their retreats are very emotional. I know it's
Yeah, by the end, it's yeah, when
everybody's crying at the end. Nobody wants to leave. Everybody's hugging each other.
like supporting everybody's, like their things that are happening in their lives, and yeah. And I was Googling that. That's, I think, like a 15-hour drive.
Yeah.
Are you planning to drive right through?
No, I don't like driving through. I
So
think
you'd be staying.
well,
like,
when Shelly and I went, we brought a mattress and put it in her pickup truck, and we slept in the back because it was a cab.
yeah, because that's what
But
I
I
was
think
wondering, if you're going to
it's
sleep in
November.
there.
What's that?
I was wondering that if you're going to sleep in there, then there'd only be room for the 2 of you.
Yeah, no. I'm just joking. So no, we'll probably take a stopover somewhere on the way there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and the early bird price, where is it here? I'm gonna quickly click on it. $100. It's $225. That includes your accommodation and all your food.
It says $275 now.
It says $225 until
75 after the 23rd of April,
Yeah.
before the whatever, June something.
It says early bird.
There's the whole price is $325 right now. The discount is down to $225 before Sunday, like maybe including Sunday, the 23rd. And after that, it goes to $275,
Okay,
Yep.
gotcha. Yeah.
and then it's up to $325 at the end.
Yeah.
Still a deal, no matter when.
Yeah. So anyways, I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. So something that we can do as a team, if you guys want to go, it definitely will be, you'll be, yeah, blown away. The people that come to this event, they're not part of our team at all, guys. Like this is another team that's hosting an event that's opened up their training to us. Like we're not part of their group at all, but they love us. We've always supported. They do. They just love the Canadians, and they just really want to help us and inspire us. And when we see each other at convention, it's like we're all family. Yeah, it's beautiful. And those of you that are thinking of still going to San Antonio for our summit, Emmy, that'll be something that you might want to consider in July. I don't know if you can get away or not. I know you're working at a golf course, but we're going to San Antonio. Frances is going. Her sister-in-law that you met on the weekend is going. That's where you meet all the scientists.
So is my son and my husband.
Yes. Are they going to come to the convention though, to the actual summit?
No.
That's okay.
They're
But
going to
have
be
you-
they'll be sightseeing in the
Or-
day,
Yeah.
during the day.
But you know what? They'll still meet everybody, which is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, something to think about. And there's a cheaper price as a promoter for the first 3 months. You get the early bird price as a promoter to register for the event. Okay. And there's always people looking for roommates. So if you want to share a room, or if you have friends that want to come with you, yeah. So something to think about. Okay. All right. So at 8 o'clock, we're doing our health talk, health and Wealth Talk at 8 which is great for guests. And then at 9 o'clock, Stephen is doing the 9 o'clock Discover More. Okay, so you'll see two different styles of what we do. I'm not sure, Emmy, if you've invited anybody or not, but if you have, I'll be on at 8, and then Stephen's doing the one at 9. They're both only 30 minutes, two 30-minute.
When
Yeah.
this is on the Friday?
No, tonight.
Oh, tonight. Okay.
Tonight at 8 o'clock, I'm doing kind of like what you saw at Francis's. I'm doing a 30-minute version of that. This is great for you to bring guests on. But at 9 o'clock, Stephen Whitwell, he's our VP. He's doing his version at 9. So you'll get to see two different styles of presentation. He's very passionate. He has a bit of an American twang. So it's a different style, but some people are drawn to that. So it's good to have an idea on what you're sending people to. I always tell people, you need to know what you're sending people to before you invite them to anything. Okay, so this way you know what they're going to be listening to.
Okay, great.
Okay, all right. We'll see you. Yeah.
The recording, Nada.
Oh, okay. I will stop the recording. Thank you so much. Sorry, Joni. I don't mind recording all